Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. My name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you would like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description along with all of my social media and my email newsletter. So yeah, we're going to start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. So if you're new here, definitely click the live chat button, introduce yourself, set any intentions for your greater healing or greater well-being. We're going to build a crystal grid together to all of your requests, and then I'm going to send you all some beautiful Reiki right from wherever you are. So let's go ahead, take a quick peek at that grid, and then get into building. Oh, awesome. Okay, so here we go. This is, as usual, we have our mirror here. This helps to reflect and deflect any negative energy. And this here is our copper spiral. Copper helps to break up different kinds of blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going. So let's go ahead and say hi to everyone and start building this grid. So far we have got in the house Joanna, Chris, Jenny, Jennifer, Natalie, Cassandra, Still Not Still, Patty and Key, the Gelguire. I hope you're doing well. Awesome. Ninja 4858. Oh, cool. Let's get to building, shall we? So awesome. I will grab some of Chris's requests for Eva and for everyone. So let's go ahead and grab some emerald. Leopard skin jasper, desert rose selenite, because I know that will help Eva, and I'll get regular selenite too. Let's see, and rose quartz I'll grab for now. And then I'll keep folding in the rest of your requests as we go. So you can go ahead and request specific stones or a general intention or both. I'm happy to pick stones for you or grab the stones that you would like. And let's start with that rose quartz. So let me lower this. There we go. So here is rose quartz. Rose quartz helps with really renewing our heart chakra, our emotional center, when we feel just completely depleted and we really need some gentle, tender, loving care. Rose quartz is super helpful. Also, if you have any intentions around adjusting to, say, better relationship paradigms, this is a lovely stone to help you see your worthiness. Desert rose selenite helps with the big life changes and dreams and goals and aspirations that we're working on. By showing up consistently every day, it helps us to continue doing that. Wonderful too for redefining ourselves, as well as sticking to our plans if they involve school. Relieves stomach upset, helps with acne as well as eczema. Wonderful for viruses, men's health, and also with finding a place to work. Finding a place to live. This is good for apartments, homes, and all of the paperwork that's connected to it. Also helpful for healing our animal companions. So that will definitely be there for Ava, who is Chris's dog. So we'll put these in here. And it looks like I've got some kitty blessings all over my shirt already. Another stone that's lovely for helping with our animal companions is leopard skin jasper. In addition to helping with our animal companions, it helps us to connect with our animal guides and guardians. It's helpful for coordination, balance, and also anything impacting the skin. It's also a really helpful stone for attracting your soulmate type relationship. So that is leopard skin jasper. Emerald is lovely for the lungs, the upper respiratory tract, if you are struggling with everything from, or anything from a cold to upper respiratory infection to anything else that kind of impacts there, even allergies. This can be really helpful. Emerald helps also with healing the skin and body tissue, as well as helping us to regain some confidence about our appearance, especially parts of our appearance we're particularly sensitive about. Wonderful too for reinvigorating passions in life. So that is Emerald. And okay, good stuff. And this is regular selenite or white selenite. Selenite reflects nothing but pure white light, so it's wonderful at clearing energy, whether from a room or a space or your own energy field or even from your crystals. Just place your crystals onto some selenite for at least a few hours. It'll deep clear the energy. This is definitely not a stone you want to put in water. Very helpful too for connecting with your spirit guides and your angels as well. So that is selenite. So, and I will continue to come back for your requests as well. Okay, good stuff. And let's see who else. Okay, good. Hey, Creative Diva, good to see you. Renee, welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Jenny, ear, head, neck pain, back pain, female stuff, fast money, financial abundance, courage to be vulnerable, blue apatite, absolutely. Okay, courage to be vulnerable, definitely Septarian. Septarian is also really helpful with any kind of really deep personal work, if you're doing any like a deep digging into your beliefs, habits, routines, or the things that we do that maybe aren't in our greatest good, but yet we do them anyway. This helps with noticing those, coming to terms with them, and healing any underlying factors that are related. It's very helpful with being vulnerable during your healing process. Really helpful too for just emotional maturity and growth, as well as muscle pain and spasms and skin wounds and lesions and healing those. Helpful too for the solar plexus overall, your center of self-identity, free will, and prioritizing your wants, needs, and desires in life. So that is Septarian. Blue apatite, absolutely. This is one that we've been using quite a bit lately. This is one that can be very helpful for our relationship with food and helping it to heal and become a better relationship for you, whatever that looks like to you as an individual. So this can involve weight loss or just a healthier relationship with food or the types of foods that you are working with going forward. Helpful too for the courage to follow your soul's path while also illuminating what the next steps are on your soul path. Helpful for strengthening your energy field or aura so that you're less inclined to take the energy of others on. And it's beautiful for inner harmony and inner peace. So that is blue apatite. So let's go ahead and put that in. And female reproductive health. Got the pink tourmaline. Ear, head, neck pain, back pain. Yeah, the Septarian can also be really good for like spinal alignment and things like that, and spinal issues. So that's somewhat helpful. I also want to bring in Amazonite. This helps with the spine and spinal nerves. So that can help with a lot of back pain and a lot of like things radiating from that back pain. Really helpful too for self-respect and taking care of oneself. Helpful too for just general calming and for good luck. So we will bring in Amazonite. Amazonite is my favorite stone to give to folks that are caregivers, like nurses. There we go. Yep, seems like we're going. Okay, here we go. If we don't start the grid right, it doesn't flow right. There we go. Okay. Lapis I'm also going to bring in for pain and inflammation. Okay, and here we go. So this is lapis, like I said, pain and inflammation. I know that there's been quite a few of you looking for newer, better, different jobs. Lapis can help open up a lot of career opportunity. It's great for getting organized and discouraging the tendency to be disorganized or to live in disarray. Wonderful too for vertigo and hearing loss, those inner ear types of things. But more importantly, personal responsibility, follow through, and integrity. Open, honest communication. If you're looking to kind of grow those factors in your life, this is a lovely stone to work with. And again, this is lapis. And for female reproductive stuff, we've got some pink tourmaline. This is lovely for any kind of gynecologic issues, from endometriosis to PCOS to cramps and everything in between. Also really helpful for headaches and migraines, as well as nerve pain. Wonderful for mother and baby bonding, as well as muscle weakness and breaking down a negative self-image, so you can start to renegotiate how you appear to yourself and start to get to know yourself on a much better playing field. So we've got that. Fast money, financial abundance. Gotcha. Fast money, financial abundance. We always end up bringing these two stones in. Well, not always, but almost always. One is red tiger eye. This definitely helps with manifesting money quickly, and it's great for keeping bullies at bay, whether they're doing their work through spiritual means or picking on you, causing you issues, whether it's someone you work with, someone in your family. All around bullies, they don't so much grow up and grow out of it, they just get bigger. So this helps keep a lot of that at bay, including just the really toxic people in your life. This can really kind of help keep that energy away. So that is red tiger eye, but it is highly, highly protective. And citrine is wonderful for calling in financial abundance, especially over a long period of time or right away. This is one that you can continue to work with for a long time. It also helps with making better financial decisions, with addictions, compulsions, with fibromyalgia, nausea, and also really helpful, I use it for a lot, is balancing my intuition with my kind of like my front of mind logic kind of stuff. I find that it helps me to consider both and make really balanced decisions. And I really love working with citrine that way. So I hope that that helps. And ear pain, let's see. Definitely lapis will help with the ear pain too. So, okay, cool. So we've got everything, I think, for Jenny, but keep me posted if there's anything else I can do. Lots of love to you and your family. Hope it's getting a little warmer up where you are. It's definitely a lot warmer here. You have yet to see a bad grid here. Oh, thank you. Fiad Luna, Catherine, good to see you both. Which stone helps with finding a home? Rose quartz? Oh, the desert rose selenite. Desert rose selenite can be really helpful. Yeah, it's I have some in the shop, but these aren't super hard to find. These are on the smaller side, and that's actually why I got them, so they fit in the grid. But yeah, desert rose selenite, they can be really large too. They sometimes tumble them. I really don't know why, other than maybe they were large unwieldy pieces and they broke them up, but usually they look, let me see, I have a regular one here. This one I've had for many, many years. I purchased this when I was on a trip to Florida to visit my grandparents. So oftentimes you'll see desert rose selenite forming like this, but these are just little smaller guys. Cool. I hope that that helps, Natalie. And let's see. And Cassandra. Oh no, you have a stomach bug. Absolutely. Let's do stomach bug, digestive issues. Let's do some Dalmatian jasper. Self-love, we definitely have some. Amazonite helps with that. Fuchsite helps with putting it into practice. Fuchsite is all about happiness and joy, just for happiness and joy. It helps with connecting with your inner child, and also with a lot of deep healing, especially where you need that kind of you're processing, you're confronting things, you're digging, but we need to balance that. And so this is a stone that really helps us to balance just enjoying things for enjoyment's sake and nothing else. Really restorative. This also helps spinal alignment and sleep disturbances, as well as carpal tunnel. But yeah, it's a must-have if you're doing any kind of inner child work, or if you are reparenting yourself, or if you just need a push to just let go and not work quite so hard. Fuchsite's very, very helpful. For your stomach and kind of just clearing everything out in general, I'm going to bring in Dalmatian jasper. This has black tourmaline going through it, which really repels negative energy. Going through a stone like this helps to like deep clean our energy field. So it's wonderful for that. It helps to leave a lot of old kind of stagnant energy behind. So it's wonderful for supporting IBS, Crohn's, and really any kind of stomach issue, including like having a stomach bug. Wonderful too for creating a better, more harmonious environment, say even things at work. This helps with cooperation and breaking through those sort of old patterns and kind of always expecting things to be the same, not great situation. It helps us to let go of cynicism and jadedness. So this should help. So that is Dalmatian jasper. I'm also going to bring in moss agate, because that's perfect for any kind of illness. So this is for whether you're dealing with a virus or bacteria or whatever might be going on within you. This is a really helpful stone. It's revered in Chinese medicine as being very helpful with anything that's spreading through the body quickly. Helps too with your connection to nature and releasing fears around what's not clear in the future. So the fear of the unknown. Helps too with higher self and inner child work. And it's great for connection to spirit, feeling connected to unconditional love, and just feeling like a child of the universe. So that is moss agate. Oh, and we've got a couple in there for fibromyalgia already too. We've got citrine. That's really helpful for that. Migraines is definitely pink tourmaline. Relationships, carnelian. Depression and anxiety. And I think I saw Joanna, I think you mentioned wanting to hang out with Archangel Raphael, so this will do both. So this is malachite. This is great for inflammation, pain, and even arthritis. And it's especially good for any kind of really difficult emotional stuff that we might be sorting through. This helps us to really step into those feelings and feel them without feeling completely overwhelmed or just sort of stuck in them. This is a lot more helpful to move through those things that way, where we're able to leave things behind through that process. It helps with also depression and anxiety for sure, as well as fear of flying and phobias in general, and definitely helpful for connecting to Archangel Raphael. So that is malachite. So that will help with that. So awesome, Cassandra. Continue feeling better. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to bring in carnelian for you. This helps with relationships because this is very much the crystal of the relationship energy center or chakra, called the sacral chakra. It's right beneath the navel. This is carnelian, which helps with everything that we think of with that energy center. So that's how we relate to the world and community around us, but it's also our closer, more intimate relationships as well. Also helps with sexuality, intimacy, fertility, sexual function, as well as cold, allergies, and even wound healing. Also creativity. So this can help with the way we get along with all the people in our life, not just our closest relationships. So that is carnelian. There we go. And all the best to you, Cassandra. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. So still not still, something to help support how your physical health is impacting your mental health. Oh, totally. I totally understand that. We do have a great stone for that. Oh, big improvement for Ava. I'm really glad to hear that. Really, really glad to hear that. Okay. Okay, so when we've got a situation where it's either a long convalescence of illness or bouncing back from an injury, or just a long kind of illness, or just poor health in general, and it's impacting our mental health in a negative way, red jasper is lovely for that. So this is very grounding. It helps to focus on the root chakra, which is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight. It helps us to feel a little less like we're struggling in that area and constantly looking for stability, which can just kind of continue sometimes the way that our feelings spiral. This is a really helpful stone for just that emotional support as you go through long-term kind of illness or pain or even chronic stuff. Great too for psychic and spiritual protection, as well as fighting and standing up for yourself, as well as standing up against injustice or bullying, or really just standing up and being justice-minded and fair balanced. But yeah, very empowering stone, and one that helps you to feel a little bit more connected to life and being in it. So that is red jasper. Very, very balancing and grounding. So let's actually put these here so I don't keep knocking them over. Okay. So I think that might help. I'm also going to bring in some lepidolite to help with the mental health side. And I always mention this at some point during the stream, but everything I do here is meant as a complement for whatever treatments you might be getting in any capacity. I struggle with PTSD, with depression, with lots of other stuff, physical healing issues too, and I'm disabled, all that kind of stuff. And I find that all of the things that I do are complementary in every way. They can only help. At the same time, they're not a replacement for anything else. So definitely come out here. Let me support you in every way that I can. But I also don't want to do you the disservice of, telling you I can be a magician of all the things. I know it sounds almost silly to have to say it, but sometimes when we're looking for hope, it's easy to see it places. And I just want to make sure everybody's balanced and okay. And I know y'all are all in the same boat with that too. This is lepidolite. This is lithium mica, and this helps to soothe and calm and understand the emotions while also highlighting any patterns or anything that need to be released or examined even. Wonderful for discernment, especially around should I stay, should I go, and pretty much any kind of mental health struggle that you might be dealing with, running the gamut. This can bring at least some support, if nothing else. Helps with general support there, especially around things like obsessive thoughts, codependency, issues around addiction. And it's also thought by some to be helpful for joints and even weight loss. So that's only a couple of sources that I've seen that feel that way, but I thought I'd mention it. But that is lepidolite. And like I said, that's lithium mica. That is definitely, I know it sounds like, oh, great, lithium, like the prescription. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely not one we want to like take internally unless we're working with someone. Like it's used in prescriptions. Definitely work with someone that knows what they're doing. Taken internally, it has very different impacts on different people. Carried as a crystal, it's nothing but supportive and lovely. So I hope that brings you lots of relief and support. And I'm so glad you're here. And yep, Joanna talking about Archangel Raphael. I'm glad that we got that in. And hematite, absolutely. Hematite is great for the integrity of blood. It's been looked at as helpful for the blood since like Old Testament days. Like it's written about in the Bible. It for a long time. This was very much called hematite, as hema, like the prefix from the Greek around blood. This is thought to help with things like anemia and being depleted in the blood, and also way back when they felt that the blood was where energy moved through the body. That was seen as like a 1-for-1, like that's where the energy is a part of. This was thought to help with that flow as well. This is also very grounding. If you do a lot of spiritual work, if you have, say, meditations, or even after Reiki, if you feel like it's hard to get out of that dreamlike state and back into a space that is a little bit more conducive to doing some paperwork, paying attention to things, this can be a really helpful stone to kind of bring you back and ground you into the physical reality. So that is hematite. This is also carved into a hamsa, or hand of Miriam. That is very protective. We see this all throughout the Middle East. We especially see this in Islamic culture and in Judaism too. So we will bring this in. I don't know where this will end up, but it will be in the grid at some point. But I'm so glad that you are here. It's good to see you. Jennifer Vatsa, energy balance, love, communication without fear. I love that. And money. And let me see if you requested any specific stones. Oh, still not still. I'm glad that these are helpful. I'm glad these feel perfect for you. I'm really, really glad. Oh, Chris, you're still having trouble sleeping. Oh, man. Elizabeth, welcome in. I can definitely help you with that. I'm just going to go down the list of everyone who's here, and I'm going to get to everyone's request before we get into the Reiki for sure. So let's go ahead for Jennifer. So energy balance, let's see, balance, love and communication without fear. Let's do some blue tiger eye, and money. Let's do some moonstone. Moonstone not only helps to connect us with our really significant partnerships, like soulmate type relationships, if you will. It's also really helpful for connecting with the rhythms and patterns of nature, especially the patterns and cycles of the moon. very connected to ancient wisdom and spirituality, as well as healing techniques, very protective of women and travelers, and it's exceptional for really everything that you would think of in connection to the High Priestess and the Tarot deck. This is knowingness, receptivity, intuition, and just in everything the High Priestess is, she has access to all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom. She knows what is happening. She knows what's going to happen. This also helps with acceptance of things like divine timing and trust in it. So that is Moonstone, but this will definitely help with love. So let's go ahead and bring this out. And next we'll bring in some pyrite. We've already got 2 of our money stones in, so pyrite's another one. Fool's gold, we like to think it helps call in the real stuff, and it's often found near real gold. So this helps to attract abundance, but it also brings tons of protection while opening up your intuition. So if you have trouble kind of holding space for both sides, like almost like a filter of yes, please, protection, but I do want to hear, pyrite can help hold that space for you. Wonderful too for the lungs, fever, memory, and information recall. Wonderful for things like studying, and also for helping your body to make the most of a Reiki session. So let's go ahead and bring pyrite in. Next, for communication without fear, my favorite stone for that is blue tiger eye. And if you look here, you'll see the blue kind of flashing out of there. Blue tiger eye is just like golden tiger eye, except blue. And this is a very protective stone. It also helps with expression, whether spoken or written, but definitely speaking your truth with courage, with boldness, very much like this is the truth. I'm not asking for how you feel about the truth. This is the truth. Like that kind of a thing. This is like the whistleblower stone, protector of truth tellers, helps with speaking your truth very boldly and clearly, but also brings a lot of calm and is a very good stone for easing stress. So it's one we often use for the writers here to help them with their writing. But yeah, it can really help you to say the things you need to say, even when it's not the easiest to say it. So that's blue tiger eye. And for energy balance, the first one that came to mind is crazy lace agate, which honestly, it would be perfect for that. So this is definitely courage, confidence, balance, lots of protection. This also helps with both the heart and solar plexus chakras or energy centers, helps with physical energy. So definitely boosting physical energy and bringing in that balance. It sounds like pretty much right what you're asking for. Also helps with the skin, eyes, and speech. And I think we did have a request for, well, that was for ears, but oftentimes we get requests for eyes. So we have this here. But yeah, this can be wonderful for balance in an energetic sense. So that is crazy lace agate. Okay. And I hope that helps. Awesome. Keep me posted if there's anything else I can do. Cassandra, abundance of money, happiness, love, good decision making, and clearing toxic energy, and also guilt. Gotcha. Or sorry, not guilt. Grief. My bad. So grief, let's bring in let's do Mookite. So let's go with some jet. Jet is lovely for grief, and I just see grief around your father's passing some years ago, and you're hitting his birthday. Jet is lovely for grief. It is wood that was fossilized very quickly through really high heat, usually volcanic, and it transitioned from a living tree to petrified wood through that process. And so it is very supportive of that like death cycle. Very helpful for processing deep grief, especially for folks really close to us. Helpful too for protection from the paranormal, the evil eye, all that kind of stuff. And very helpful for connection in terms of anyone who is soon to pass, or even animal companions that are soon to pass. It helps with the hospice type scenario. So that is jet. So we'll bring that in. And for making decisions, let's bring in some mookaite. Mookaite helps with making decisions and accepting change. And I think sometimes when we're having a difficult time making a decision, a lot of time it is like looking at accepting what is might help. This is really helpful too with boosting the immune system, calming digestion, wonderful for our connection to earth and nature. It's very motivating, and it helps with our sense of adventure too. Wonderful too for thyroid and circulation. Mookaite often goes by the name Australia jasper. So you may hear it as either. So that is mookaite. Go. So I hope that helps. And clearing toxic energy. Let's bring in some shungite. This helps with like physical recovery, tissue repair, but it does a great job clearing out energy that's just not meant to be there. It's a real deep clean kind of stone. Also really helpful, like specifically with stress, emotional pain, and energy blocks. But this is such a good, like a deep cleaner on the energy side. It actually does that to some extent on the physical side too. Your water filter at home may have some shungite in it as part of their mix of what helps to clear your water. This is also really helpful for anyone that tends to feel just sort of off balance, ill, anything like that around lots of electronics. If you're sensitive to electromagnetic frequencies, it's a great stone. So that is shungite. There we go. So awesome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, clearing toxic energy, it's always a good thing. So the Gelguire, let's bring, low blood pressure, gotcha. Actually, let's look that up. Let's see. I usually have, when I've had low blood pressure, like to the point where it's been problematic, I was working with a lot of hematite, but it's also like kind of depends on why. Let's see. Yeah, actually here, blood pressure regulation, hematite also. So looks like Cassandra Eason and I both have an agreement on that. And hematite is here. We also have, what else does she use for that? She recommends carnelian and ruby for low blood pressure. So we have carnelian in there. Let's bring in ruby. Ruby is, in addition to that, helpful for courage to be yourself and helps with quite a bit of like leadership skills. Wonderful for what the Gelguire is asking about, fibromyalgia pain. So I was going to reach for this one next anyway. Helps too with love, fertility, releasing fear, stopping nightmares. This is a stone you can work with to help cultivate a sense of financial stability and even a plan around that. And this is another stone too that can help with making decisions. So this will also help Cassandra. So that is ruby. So that we hit a few people's requests with that. So that definitely helps with fibromyalgia, as does citrine, which is right here. So we've got all of those. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Abdomen, back, and hips. Definitely the two bigger fibro stones are those. Let's see. Okay, so in addition to the fibro stones that we have and things, one that also complements quite a few requests we've had so far is smoky quartz. So this helps with chronic pain and hope in times of uncertainty. It's wonderful too for flexibility of mind and flexibility of body. So if you're struggling with mobility, this could be helpful. Wonderful too for releasing energy blocks, calming worry, and helps with protection as well as transmuting old stuck energy. So I think that this is a really good one for us today. This has also been used since the Middle Ages to protect property from theft. So that is smoky quartz. But yeah, this is thought to be really helpful for things like chronic pain. So let's bring in that smoky quartz. All the best to you for sure. And oh, definitely. All good, the Gelguire. Ah, you heard I use lapis for vertigo because it causes that. Yes, lapis helps for vertigo, and leopard skin jasper also helps for coordination and balance. So that kind of overlaps. Makes sense. Yeah, and it's genetic. Okay, that makes sense too. Okay, that's good to know. We know that now. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. We're glad to have you here too. Hey, Sister Sheba. Lee Nico. I hope everyone is doing great. Oh, so good to see you all. Okay, I'm going to keep going through the requests. So next was... Okay, we got that. Ah, Cassandra Middleton, low iron. Ah, low iron definitely is thought to be helped by hematite. Sorry. Yourself and some other important people are dealing with sticky, toxic relatives at the moment. Gotcha. Let's see. Definitely my first go-to with like sticky, toxic kind of stuff is a big one is red tiger eye. Another one is, let's go ahead with aquamarine and yellow calcite. So aquamarine helps with forgiveness, and that's whether it's like I forgive you to give you another chance, or I forgive you and set you free because I choose me. Whatever that looks like to you, you know it's in your best interest, And I think that this will support whichever that looks like. Also helps with deflecting like pettiness, people who are kind of looking for an excuse to be upset, immaturity, things like spite, things like that. Aquamarine can really help keep that at bay. Also helps with the sense of may justice prevail. And it also helps with body fluids as well as teeth and gums, like the general like circulation of body fluids. Let's bring this up here. Yeah, there we go. So that is aquamarine. And yellow calcite can be really helpful if we're struggling with boundaries. This is a stone that can help you to stand up and be assertive by feeling like you can prioritize your wants and desires and what's important in life. Letting go of any feelings of a need for approval helps you to also just like set and hold really good healthy boundaries. Wonderful for your sense of self-identity and free will and who you are, feeling secure in that. And it's great for self-confidence and optimism. So that can all really help if you're dealing with really toxic, sticky people. It's just kind of like having a more affirmed sense of self can really help kind of keep you from being as impacted by that sort of stuff. So I hope that that helps. Ninja 4858, setting an intention, clarity of sight, hearing, and seeing. You don't think that you're speaking your truth or living it. Gotcha. Awesome. Let's bring some clarity in. So let's bring... Definitely if you feel like I what's my sense of truth? Where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I really? That kind of stuff. Yellow calcite is super helpful for it as a septarian. Other stones that can be somewhat helpful is chrysocolla. Chrysocolla helps with understanding our soul's purpose and getting all the encouragement we need to follow that path. Helpful too for making decisions that line up with your spiritual highest good, and wonderful for finding new ways of expressing ourselves creatively. So that is chrysocolla. And yeah, we'll leave that there. We'll see where that ends up. I also want to bring in celestite. That can help with discernment. Sort of like well, this is how I feel. Where is it coming from? Is it logic? Is it fear? Is it like something reminded me of the past? This can help you suss that out. It also helps you to feel very close to your spirit guides and especially your angels. And it's wonderful for helping improve our experience of pain. It's very high chakra, so very like connection to other people, unity consciousness, as well as intuition. So we will bring this in. That is celestite. So hopefully that will bring you some clarity there. Oops, sorry. There we go. So that's celestite. Actually, I'm gonna... Here we go. Okay, and... yeah, I hope that helps, Ninja 4858. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. This weather is wearing you out. Something for headaches and to uplift your energy. Yeah, I definitely understand. Well, we'll do Bumblebee Jasper. I know that you like that for uplifting your energy. Headaches, my favorite stone, especially if they're like kind of keep coming back, is pink tourmaline. But let's also do rhodochrosite. Can be really helpful with stress headaches. And also another one. There's been a couple times where I've been like, well, blue Blue lace agate could work for that too. Blue lace agate could work for that too. I'm gonna bring in blue lace agate because that also helps with headaches, especially tension headaches. It's also really helpful for communication, so this may help Jennifer Vatsa as well. This is one for helping to express difficult emotions, and also helpful for the bones, arthritis, and even fractures. Great for the throat, as helping you speak, but also the throat itself. So if you're having like a scratchy throat or a sore throat, blue lace agate, really helpful. Wonderful too for skin allergies even. But yeah, it's great for like especially tension type headaches, but in general headaches. Rhodochrosite can also be helpful for headaches, as well as mother-child bonding, heart and circulation. Certain types of intuitive abilities like telepathy and journeying, helpful too for asthma and, like I said, headache. So especially stress headache, this can be helpful for. So that is rhodochrosite. And for uplifting your energy, my back wants to crack. Or not yet, it will at some point. Bumblebee jasper, as we know, can be wonderful for lots and lots of physical energy and mental focus. It's very motivating. It's very confidence building, and it's also full of positivity. It makes us feel like I can't wait to sink my teeth in and get this work done. Also great for yin-yang balance in the body, and it's another stone that can help decision making, as well as helping to boost anything we're manifesting. So I hope that helps, Renee. Lots of love to you. Oh, good, Ninja 4858. Good. Yeah, the alignment is super, super intense tonight. Yeah, it really is super intense tonight. Okay. So Patty mentions it seems that we're in a phase where narcissists are getting some of their comeuppance, so naturally they lash out. Yup. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And that has a lot to do with this shift of Pluto into Aquarius. When Pluto comes around, it's like a destroyer of things, especially things that no longer work or things that maybe never did, or yeah, that kind of destroyer in a spiritual sense too. It doesn't just destroy things for the sake of it. There's a purpose. That's going to be something that comes up for a lot of folks, depending on how it shows up in their chart, that it'll basically ride on things that are untenable until they finally fall away. And nothing holds on harder to in the tarot, there's a card called the Tower. And the Tower is that picture of a tall tower with two people blasting out of it as it crumbles to the ground like a flash of lightning. And it's sort of exactly that. It's the parable of, here's the tower you built yourself, your ivory tower, and now it's coming apart at the seams because nobody was there because they wanted to be there. It was held together through like everything that was unhealthy. That's kind of the vibe. It happens every time Pluto changes signs, which is somewhere between 15 and 25 years at a time. Last time Pluto changed signs into Capricorn, that was when we had the 2008 housing crisis, the housing market bubble burst, and all kinds of comeuppance with things that were overinflated. And then it's like, well, this is untenable. Like, we have all of this out, this isn't working, and then it crashes and burns. So it's just what happens with each move. So don't be surprised if you see people like really extra doubling down on their mayhem just because it's not working anymore. So they think, well, if I try a little harder, it'll work again. No, it's not gonna. So yeah, it's not you guys. You're right. You're right. It's hopefully, hopefully like we'll leave it up to sunlight is the best disinfectant, and let's just hope that all, rides itself out a little bit. Let's see. So next we've got Sugilite, Opal, Jade. Sugilite, Opal, Jade. Kunzite. Stone, fluorite, tree agate. Okay, so let's start there. So tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda. That's the sister science to yoga. And this will help balance energy, body, mind, and spirit, regardless of the imbalance or what's needed to bring it back into balance. Really helpful for calming the emotional and physical nerves, and also with dissolving ego. Helps too with inner peace and noticing the hurt and the pain we're holding onto that we're ready to let go of, so that we can put the attention to it that's needed, so we can make it part of our past tense. Wonderful too with making good new connections. So that is tree agate. Jade is sacred to people in China as well as the Mayans. This is nephrite jade specifically. And this helps with body, mind, spirit, balance, and harmony, as well as any kind of dream work. Like if you dream and see things in your dreams and want to engage with it, jade is a great stone to work with, as is prehnite. But this also helps with achievements and making your dreams, plans, and goals a reality and having that follow through. Helps with resourcefulness as well as confidence, grounding stress, and prioritizing self-empowerment. So prioritizing you for sure. So that is jade. And so we will bring this in. Next is Sugilite. This can help with unity consciousness. That's the awareness of whatever we put out into the universe, we put back into ourselves. It's the awareness that we are all interconnected and inextricably linked. It's a very high vibrational stone, one of very much the upper chakras, awareness of enlightenment. So we will bring that in. Fluorite is lovely for dealing with any kind of chaos, whether it's a chaotic work situation, family situation, or anything like that. If it's just life right now is chaotic, this can help with that kind of eye of the hurricane kind of thing. It's also really helpful for finding relaxation anytime. Great too for comforting new moms and newborns too. So that is fluorite. So let's go ahead and bring in fluorite. This is opal. Opal is lovely for protection. This is, in many shamanic cultures, this was seen as protective of those practicing spirit medicine, that when they would go into the spirit realms, they would be essentially cloaked by opal. So anyone or anything that wished to do them harm simply wouldn't even see them. Also really helpful too for calling in abundance. So this is opal. Bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope. This is helpful for the big giant emotions that come along with like life-changing kinds of things. This is one that helps the root chakra, so basic needs, primal urges, like feeling safe and secure in your life and everything you need to be safe and secure in your life. And the heart center, which is emotional support. Hang on one moment, I'm just gonna cough. Sorry about that. So if you have big feelings and it just feels like somebody pulled the rug out from under you, heliotrope is a lovely, lovely stone. So we're going to bring this in. I consider it one of my emotional stuff hits the fan stones. It's also good for like emotional perseverance and stamina for long-term things. Like if you're going to be going through something that's going to take you a long time to emotionally process, whether it's divorce or breakup or the passing of a loved one. That kind of thing can be really helpful. And we will bring in pink kunzite. This is compassion. Compassion, like every time I hold this, I feel like I'm close to the Kuan Yin. It's also great for attracting love, especially commitment-based love, and for healing a broken heart, including the older wounds to your heart center. Definitely helps with calling in love after heartache. It's great for hormones as well as like even onset of puberty. It's wonderful for chemical sensitivities like the gentle kind of skin itchy type allergies, including like fragrance allergies. Helpful for nerve pain as well as helping sleepless babies and new moms. So that is pink kunzite. So we'll bring that in here. Okay, awesome. We got blue lace. We'll bring in that Larimer, peridot. Peridot helps with digestive stuff too, so this will definitely help with an upset stomach or a tummy bug. Wonderful too with anger, jealousy, and guilt, helping to release those feelings and move forward a little bit more free of those without losing the lessons associated with those feelings, if there were any to learn. And this also helps with breaking bad habits. So that's peridot. Wonderful too for boosting friendships. And Larimer helps with separating our ego from our spiritual self and is superb for connecting with our spiritual purpose and feeling confidence in our own unique path that involves. Because following our spiritual path, it's not like it's all marked out. We're kind of fumbling through the brush, finding our way through. This gives you a lot of confidence to do this, gives you a lot of room to feel like you can innovate and create ways and means and methods and techniques that work for you, and feeling like it's okay not to follow anyone else's recipe and kind of make your own. So that is Larimer. I'm actually wearing Larimer right now. And I will come back for some more of these in a bit too. Looks like we got a couple of them too. You're welcome, Jenny. Okay. Awesome. Let's see. And okay. Fiad Luna is requesting some black and green onyx. We already got leopard skin jasper. Something to connect more deeply with nature and spirits of place. Yeah. Spirits of place, as far as the spirits of place or like the energy of the past, one of the things that can do that is crazy lace agate. I think that's just slightly off of what you're asking for. Nature spirits and spirits of place, definitely. That is green kyanite. So green kyanite is one that's also helpful for the lungs, upper respiratory, the whole cardiopulmonary balance, things like asthma. Even when we had the Omicron variant of COVID was really prevalent, folks really said that this helped quite a bit. So it helps with that too, but it also helps with balancing our regular mundane life with our spiritual side. And it's great for connection to nature, intuition, gaining wisdom through that intuition, and most importantly here, connection to plants and nature spirits. So that is green kyanite. So that will definitely help with the spirits of place. So that's green kyanite. Next, we'll bring in green onyx. This helps with grief, sadness, and loneliness. Really helpful with just heavy emotions, even emotional shutdown, when you just feel numb. This is a great stone to reach for. Helps too with making decisions and moving forward despite maybe not being in the best place to make those decisions, because doesn't it always seem that way? When we have to make the biggest decisions, we're seldom in the best place to make them. This can help with grounding that, but a great stone for really supporting you while you release a lot of those emotions. Black onyx helps with grounding fear and anxiety. It's highly protective, and it's wonderful for self-esteem, while also relieving a lot of self-doubt. Helpful for grief too, however we're grieving, whether it's older grief and it's been sort of stoked anew, or if it's fresh grief. Either way, really supportive. Wonderful too for connection to our ancestors and for protection against folks who would play mind games. And since we were talking about, hey, it seems like all the narcissists are coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, this is one that can help with at least some aspects of that. So that's black onyx. It's also just one of my favorite protector stones. It's very wise and very calm. So that should help. And I think I'm also going to do epidote because I think Patty requested that, and that also helps with connection to the fairy realm. So that could be really helpful. So, as I mentioned, connection to the fairy realm. Also, epidote can be really helpful when it comes to changing our negative self-talk. If you talk down to yourself, if you yell at yourself, epidote can help you break the habit. Helps too with the nervous system as well as the skin and recovering from illness, injury, surgery. Also thought helpful for things like Parkinson's. So that's epidote. Okay. So all the best to you, Fiad Luna. I hope that helps. Quieting the mind, writing, creativity, positivity, and money manifestation. Absolutely, Catherine. One that's actually really good at quieting the mind is bloodstone or heliotrope that we just put down. That's really helpful for that. But let's also do, we've got blue tiger eye in there. Let's see. Quieting the mind, creativity, azurite. C2. There we go. Okay, so let's start with writing, and let's bring in some sodalite. This is wonderful for expression and communication, whether it's spoken, written, performed, whether it's musical, however you express yourself. This will help you get in touch with that and bring that out. Helps with improving communication, relieving menopause symptoms, coming to terms with factors around aging. Also really helpful with impulses and grounding impulses, as well as helping homesickness too. If it's something that you struggle with, this is a lovely stone to work with. So this is sodalite. And it's also a lovely stone if you struggle with Mercury retrogrades. This can be a very helpful stone. So that's sodalite. For creativity, we have azurite, and this brings in not only creativity, but intuition and insights, as well as just awakening and opening up to the spiritual side of ourselves. Helpful too for gaining spiritual wisdom, connecting with our guides, relieving worry, and helping to break indecision and get a little bit more clarity. Helps too with dissolving obstacles, and whether it's energy blockages within or obstacles in our path externally, this can help with moving through both of them. It's great too for calming the mind while meditating. So this definitely ticks that box too. And it helps with spinal alignment, muscle spasms, and uncontrolled movements like tics. So that is azurite. And this is manifestation quartz, which was also requested by Patty. We've got in all the good money manifestation stones. And so let's bring in the manifestation quartz. Whatever it is you might be manifesting, think of this stone as almost like the birthday candle on the grid, except it's not just for one person, it's for everyone. So go ahead and put your intentions into what you'd like to wish for in this stone and put it out to the universe. So you can help set that intention for financial abundance if you like. And positivity. Let's see what's a good one for that. Dragon's blood brings in a lot of optimism. So let's bring that in. This helps additionally with grief and loss, as well as the courage to create lasting change in your life. It helps with learning from our mistakes, and it also helps with having some patience with ourselves. So this can help with any kind of big moving changes in our lives, helping us to move through with a little bit more grace and ease, and a little bit less self-blame, if you want to put it that way. Definitely helpful with releasing self-pity, also great for wisdom, happiness, and just optimism in general. So that's dragon's blood or dragon stone. Oop, there we go. And so I feel like that'll help. So thank you for being here, Catherine. It's good to see you. And next we have let's see, creative diva. Clarity, finding purpose, protection, finding ideal solutions, good luck, favor, energy, pain relief, and focus. Love it. So let's do clarity. I usually do celestite, which is in there, but I'm also going to bring in some blue kyanite. This can help with spiritual understanding. So if you're having a hard time understanding the messages coming through from spirit, kyanite can help. That's even if you are getting recurrent dreams and you're like, what does that mean? I feel like there's something more to it. Kyanite also helps with accepting ourselves unconditionally. Wonderful for certain types of neurological issues, especially following a stroke, anything that impacts speech or mobility, and lovely too for just creating healthy changes in our lives, especially if we have an intention around making that a more permanent shift, and wonderful too for harmonizing like spite, pettiness, and just general immature type behavior. So that is kyanite. That can really help with clarity. So it feels like a good fit for a lot of us tonight. Ooh. Making messes. Cool. And finding ideal solutions. To me, that's always garnet. This is a stone that can help you to see the whole picture and say, all right, what's the best way to handle this? How do we look at all the different moving parts and get this together? It's very organized-y, creative-like, so it really helps you to see outside the box and see new possibilities for solutions. Very practical. It also helps with balance and strength, and courage too. So that is garnet. So that can really help. So let's bring in some garnet. Pain relief and focus. Okay, let's do rutilated quartz for sure. This is wonderful for focus, as is Bumblebee Jasper, which, by the way, I forgot to mention, Bumblebee Jasper, big concentrations of sulfur as well as arsenic, so do be careful. Rutilated quartz helps with boosting physical energy, especially when you're really run down, and helps with focus. So focusing energy in the mind and like focusing the mind, also with the intention to focus any kind of healing practice or treatment with the intention that, you know, may it go to the best places in your body, may it be as effective as it can be. So this also helps mental focus and physical stamina, feeling a little bit of a boost in energy. And we've got some good pain mitigators we've got some really good pain mitigators in here. So I'm going to add, for luck, let's go ahead and bring in tourmalinated quartz. This brings in tons of fortune and luck, as does Amazonite too, but I feel like this is a good addition. This also helps with grounding and releasing a lot of nervous energy. It helps with breaking up a lot of old stuck patterns, and it's thought to help break up blockages in the body. It's like a scar tissue breakup. It's good for breaking up emotional scar tissue and physical stuff, as well as blockages internally. Helps with attracting a new way to earn money, whether that's a new job, a passive revenue kind of arrangement, whether that's a side gig, whatever it might be. This helps with finding new revenue streams. And also very protective of travelers, particularly by car. So we're going to go ahead and put tourmalinated quartz in there. Tourmalinated quartz is any quartz that has black tourmaline running through it. And in that case, it happens to be green quartz instead of clear. But that's what we have there. So it'll be even a little bit more heart focused. So I hope that helps. Lots of luck to you. I hope that this brings you, and finding purpose. Blue tiger or blue apatite is in there. Let's bring in, because I think it really goes with everybody's request today. Let's bring in aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite. This is two types of calcite together. The blue is very much connected with the soul star chakra, which is above the crown, and that's encompassed there is everything that's in alignment with our the highest potential of our soul's purpose right here and now. And it's always changing based on everyone's decisions, our decisions, all different types of opportunities. But it helps to clear that center so you get much more clarity about your purpose and like what the highest vision possible in this moment is. And the brown or sort of tan, that's aragonite, which most often looks like this. And aragonite is more inclined to the root chakra, or not the root chakra, the earth star chakra. That's almost like the opposite of the soul star. The earth star chakra is about taking our soul and spiritual purpose and making us feel like we can stand in action of it. We can walk the walk and bring it forward. Really helpful too, really helpful too for freeing up energy blockages in the spinal alignment. I'll spare you all the Sanskrit, but basically it'll help clear the energy centers that run through the chakras, as well as help you to raise the Kundalini energy. But yeah, it helps facilitate a lot of intuitive awareness about where you want to go and a feeling of like, I feel like I'm in right action. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing kind of stone. So this will help. So let's go ahead and bring this in. There we go. Let's let's do actually this. There we go. So that is aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. So I hope that that helps. But yeah, blue apatite helps with that, with soul's purpose stuff too. Something for finding the ability to be assertive. Absolutely, like standing up for yourself. Definitely blue calcite. There's a couple other good ones, but I'm going to bring in dumortierite for you. This helps with standing up for yourself. It also helps with releasing pent-up anger, resentment, and frustration. Wonderful too for patience, and also great for really energy, like grounding nervous energy, especially in dogs, believe it or not, with this stone. It also helps improve situations that can seem hopeless, and it gets us more excited about being tidy. So if you're trying to shift into a different way about how you carry through the day with stuff, this will help you with following through in that intention. But yeah, this one is most important with standing up for yourself. So this will help with assertiveness. And oh, we have a kitty cat. We have a Hattie. So that is dumortierite. And another one is zebra jasper.
Oh, but before we get zebra jasper, we have to see a little kitty. Oh, you're stuck on the blankie. Yes, you are. Oh,
How have you been today? Next is zebra jasper, a beautiful gift to us from Chris. This can help with a lot of stress from overwhelm. Yeah. And definitely standing up for yourself, even in a space of like stress, overwhelm, and just feeling like you don't even have the energy to do it. Helps too with bone disorders, breaking through apathy. Oh, you want to play with some pre-night? You go right ahead, lady. She's been picking her favorite crystals in bags and then carrying them into her room, the bathroom, and putting them next to her food bowl.
Yeah. You know which ones you need. You want to do some more astral projecting? You picked the right one, lady.
You're going to go get that stone you dropped? No? Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, zebra jasper also helpful for, it's very empowering, which I think could be really helpful for you. Also red jasper, which is already in there. I would grab that for you too if it wasn't already there. Very empowering and helps you to stand up and speak up for yourself. Also helps with like inner rut kind of thing, brings a lot of optimism. And it's also thought helpful for bone disorders and like just in general breaking through apathy or like why should I bother type thinking. So let's go ahead and bring this here and here and here and here. Awesome. So I hope that helps, Elizabeth. Awesome. Let's also bring in, I'm going to pick up that pre-night that she dropped actually for Lee Nico. Honey calcite. Yup. Crystals for discernment are definitely in there, and that's celestite and blue kyanite. Gotcha. So let's go ahead with pre-night. This will definitely help with dream recall, opening up the third eye. Also, jade is really helpful with anything dream work related, and it's in there right now. Pre-night helps with facilitating a great space for teaching and learning on a spiritual level, learning any kind of spiritual art or things like Reiki. I keep a lot of it around for when I teach. It also helps with quieting a mind when you're trying to meditate. Wonderful for standing up for yourself and refusing unfair demands, which I think is really helpful for, sorry, I lost your name already. Elizabeth. Sorry about that, Elizabeth. It's also a really helpful stone for any kind of lucid dreaming, prophecy, divination, any of that kind of work. So high level, very intentional, intuitive work. So that is prehnite. So let's go ahead and bring this in here and here. And you also asked for clearing stale energy and anxiety. Green calcite is lovely for anxiety. It's also very calming, it's reassuring. It's one that helps with kind of lightening the mood overall, but it helps not only ground anxiety, but the physical tension it can hold in your body, which is no joke. Like when we're tense, when we're anxious, when we're stressed out, we just sort of tend to clench, and that can cause a lot of discomfort that we might not even realize in that moment. And green calcite is a beautiful stone for calling in some relief from that. Yeah, very lovely ease stone. And clearing stale energy, definitely. We have shungite and we also have Dalmatian jasper. So I feel like those can help, as well as tourmalinated quartz. Honey calcite helps with optimism even in difficult times, and it helps attract the best people into our life right now that are best aligned with us, and that's whether they're new friends, new colleagues, new romantic partners, new neighbors, whatever the case may be, really helps attract the best people into your life. Also wonderful for postmenopausal women like me. So I hope that helps, Lee. Stone for gliomas, depression, and bipolar disorder. The one I would pick for bipolar disorder would definitely be lepidolite and even malachite to an extent. Let's see. Let's bring this in. Let's bring in amber. Amber is helpful for depression, seasonal affective disorder, and it's another one that's thought really like a supportive stone for any kind of mental health issue at all. Helps too with releasing negativity and emotional blocks. Wonderful for calling in luck and spiritual protection. I think this is really the stone of the night. It sounds like everything we've been asking for. Also, creativity helps to soften rigid beliefs and attitudes, so you can maybe see some new perspectives, or if you're talking with people that are very rigid, this may help as well. So also wonderful for attracting lasting love. So that is amber. And if you have tooth pain or teething baby, amber has absolutely been used for thousands of years for that. So that is amber. So that'll help with depression and bipolar stuff. Gliomas, I would definitely use the rutilated quartz, but I've already used that. And tourmalinated quartz. Okay, so both stones I would use for that are in. So lots of love to you, Sister Shiva. So grateful you are here too. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm glad. Yeah, it is so strange how, like in Chinese medicine, you hear about an acupuncture point that, like, when I was going, I would say, like, wow, this point, it always really, like, it does a lot for me. I notice it when it's there. It's very palpable. And they're like, oh, it treats blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, half of those I didn't even tell you have actually been a thing too. Yeah, it's amazing how it all kind of lines up. Awesome. And the purrs absolutely do help. I think they do quite a bit. And thank you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, sometimes the kitties do bless the grid, and we love it when they do. Okay, so I'm going back to Chris's requests and Patty's request to make sure I didn't miss anything. A chevron amethyst, and Chris's. If I missed any of your requests, go ahead and re-add them. And then we're going to get into the healing after I explain what Reiki is. So I'll get what I can. So black obsidian, these in particular are Apache tears. All Apache tears are black obsidian. Not all black obsidian is Apache tear. And here we are. So this helps with physical shock, shocking like trauma. And also it's really helpful for processing even old traumas that might be reactivated. Wonderful too for being super, super protective. And it also supports nervous pets. It also helps protect against a lot of the people y'all have been talking about, like toxic people, not great people. This helps protect from gossip and spite, as well as it's thought to aid in situations of domestic violence and even really stuck, blocked grief type energy. So that is black obsidian. And in this particular case, also Apache tears. So let's put that right there. Okay. And chevron amethyst helps with connecting to the spirit realms with clairvoyance. Wonderful too for anything that is degenerative in nature, tolerance of others, and journeying, channeling, anything like that. This helps to really take the energy of what we're requesting from spirit and lift it up and help us to open up and better hear that response from the divine. So put that in. And one last one, because I see Chris is really having a hard time getting the sleeping pattern back together. So I'm going to bring in some labradorite. Great for calming disputes and making some harmony in the workplace, but could also work for families too, and housemates as well. This is wonderful too for detailed attention, like finding errors in a lot of data, as well as research and study. And it's great too for enjoying travel, but it's wonderful for improving our sleep. So let's go ahead and place this here. And here. Ooh, knocking things over. That's okay. We'll also place this one here. And here. Fantastic. So I think we are good. Awesome. Awesome, everyone. So I'm going to do that thing that I do. I'm going to describe what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and then I'm going to go ahead into the Reiki session. But first, if you want to help lift the energy of the space that you are at and the space that is created for all of us, there's a really simple way to do it. And that's to just simply think about all the things you're grateful for. So I give you this opportunity to take a deep breath, think about the things you're grateful for, and if you're up to it, go ahead, click that live chat button and share all of those things that you're so grateful for right in the chat, whatever you're comfortable sharing in such a public format anyway. While you're there, if you haven't hit that like button already, please consider doing so. And yeah, let's talk about what Reiki is. And thank you most of all, everyone, for being here, for being so incredibly kind to each other. Thank you. And yeah, let's learn about what Reiki is. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, my one-on-one healing sessions and tarot readings, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com where you can learn all about that. It's linked in the description, as are all of my social media and my email newsletter. And actually next weekend, there is an online immersion for Reiki 1. It's live with me, and there's just a couple of seats left. There is a $50 coupon. That coupon is SAVE50. That's SAVE50 with no spaces. And that will save you $50 on next weekend's Reiki 1 class. That's February 3rd and 4th of 2024. And you can see all the other upcoming dates and times for classes and all that good stuff at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing in the West. And specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. And this method was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s of Japan during a time where teaching anything that could even be misunderstood as a part of a religion, huge consequences. So this particular method is deeply spiritual yet completely secular, and I think that's why we love it in the West as much as we do. So at the foundation of this system, the concept of Reiki really comes from Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything is thought to be interconnected. And that spirit, however you define it in this case, provides this beautiful, life-affirming soul energy. So spiritually guided soul energy is what Reiki translates to mean. And it really does indicate this idea of this energy that's flowing through you, through me, through everyone, everywhere, every day, even though we're not aware of it. And essentially what I'll be doing is connecting to that energy and directing more of it to you. And because that energy already helps your body, mind, and spirit on a day-by-day basis, it'll essentially help support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they already do even better. So what do you need to do to receive it? Well, just be open to it. And by being here, you already are. So you don't need to do anything else. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't need to keep your mind quiet or silent. It's totally okay. You don't even have to sit still. If you would, I generally recommend finding a nice comfy place to sit or lay down, close your eyes, but you can also combine this with journaling or some yoga stretches or playing some music or anything that feels right for you in this moment. There's no wrong way to enjoy the Reiki healing. I will send this energy to all of you wherever you happen to be for 25 minutes, during which time you may feel some physical sensations, some emotions may rise up and get released. Mentally, you may hear your subconscious. You may be able to think a solution through to something that's been troubling you. You may also get some deep clarity or intuition or just awareness. You may also have a really lovely healing nap. All of these things are encouraged. Your unique session will always look a little bit different, just what you need in that particular day. And at any point in time, if you want to go a little deeper, if you get a little distracted, if you want to kind of get back into the session, just take a deep breath in and out. And for those 25 minutes that I'm sending Reiki to you, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up. If you enjoy our musical provider, our musical creator, she's listed at the bottom of the description, so you can check out her channel. You can stream her music all day long. You can also even purchase some of her music for your own stream. And I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times every week. You're always welcome here to come in, be yourself, be honest about where you're at, and we'll all just do our best to support each other. Also, if you happen to be watching this at a later date, know that Reiki is not, it's not stuck within the confines of my ability and my, it's not stuck within the confines of what is physically available to me in the universe. Danielle can only be at one place at one time. Reiki is already everywhere all the time. So anytime that you watch this video, the healing will be there for you. And anytime you feel like you need a little healing and I'm not live, check out our past healing live stream playlist. Pick anyone at random and you will absolutely enjoy the session there for you. And thank you so much for being here. The usual schedule is listed in the description. And definitely hit that subscribe button with your notifications on if you want to be kept aware of other fun things that pop up here and there. So thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead back, take another close look at that grid and get into the healing. Ooh, pretty. Well done, everyone. Oh, I love all of these beautiful things that we're grateful for. Awesome. I'm going to start that session, and I hope all of you enjoy. And just remember, if at any point you get distracted or anything, just deep breath in and out. Your mind can do the thing that minds do. It's fine. The Reiki will still work. I'll see you all in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Check out those Hattie purrs in the background. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and just post it in the chat. So much loud purr today, Hattie. Oh, you're so welcome, Catherine. I hope you have a good week too.
Yeah, you want to say hi to everybody?
Oh, thank you, Cassandra. I'm so glad it was helpful, and I'm so glad you were here.
Oh, Oh, that's a little Hattie. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, both my cats are basically twins of each other. They look super similar, and I think the term is light tortie, like, or dilute tortie, like it's a tortoise shell, but like lighter. And also they have a white front, and yeah, it's super wild. I fostered them and their sister. So I have two cats. There was a litter of three, and they all had ringworm, but they were all about at that point where they really needed to be socialized or they wouldn't be social at all. So I used to work in a lab, and I'm like, I can make this work at home, and I got them cleared of the ringworm, got their sister a home right away, and a couple of months went by and nobody put in an application for these two who were very much needing to be with each other. So I ended up just keeping them. They were meant to be here, so I'm very lucky to have them. Hey, Kanta. Oh, thank you, Creative Diva. I hope you have a wonderful week, too. Lots of love to you, Kanta. Yeah, you can even listen right now. The minute I end the stream, it'll just be up if you click live. It'll just be in like the top of the list for past streams, so you can watch it then or whenever you have time. But lots of love to you. It's good to see you. But yeah, these are light torties or dilute torties, and they were in the shelter, and all my animals have ever been. Oh, awesome. Yeah, animals in need, like, good on you for adopting the stray. I'm sure they're really happy they have you. Awesome, Natalie. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all of your support. I really, really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Aw. It's amazing what cats can do for our mood. Oh, lots of love to you, Patty and Key. Absolutely. So as per usual, the next live stream is Tuesday at 8 p.m., Wednesday at 4 p.m., Fridays at both 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m. All of those are East Coast U.S. time. They're all listed in the description below. And that coupon code for $50 off your Reiki 1 class, which would be $200 for the weekend class, is SAVE50. That's SAVE50. And it's only for the Reiki 1 class that begins next weekend. So you can learn more about that. You can go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And thank you so much for being here. I'm always so grateful to see all of you. What's a good crystal book? Oh, there's so many good ones. The authors I like are Cassandra Eason. I'm going to type them into the chat for you. Philip Permut. And those are my favorite authors. Yeah, Cassandra Eason, Philip Permut, Pamela Chase, and Jonathan Pollock. They're my favorite crystal authors. But honestly, if you find a book that feels right, that's the book to go with. If you really like reading older versions of things, one of my favorite books is The Curious Lore of Precious Stones. And that is written by George Frederick Coons. And this actually was, I think, first published in 1915 or something like that. So 1913, original copyright. Yeah, 1913. So it's over 100 years old. And this is, of course, a reprint. There's lots of reprints. It's a great book. But it also goes into like really ancient texts and mentions like crystals that have been mentioned there. So it's like none of the newer books that are out there. One of the jewelers I knew from Jewelers Row in Philadelphia gave me that book. And I love it. That's how I knew what I knew about hematite and even a little bit of smoky quartz. You have this book? I love this book. Yeah, this is actually, a friend of mine bought this used, and now she gave it to me. But yeah, I love this. I love this book. Yeah, published in Philly. But yeah, this is what jewelers would use to like understand the different nuances of jewelry they might be repairing. And my friend has like, as many years as I have been on this earth, she has experience in repairing fine jewelry. And now she just makes all of her own stuff. Yeah, you can find her on Etsy. Her shop name is High Art, Highart. Ooh, Smoky Quartz makes a great pendant for sure. Ninja 4858, I'm glad you have this book. Yeah, one of my favorites easily. It's one of those books I can always pick up and just start reading and enjoy it again. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and, you've had it for years. This is one of those books that you just don't get rid of. I had some other ones too, like some other older books about like symbols and different things that they might like see on jewelry. Especially if people are asking them like, this was passed down in the family, I don't know what this is. They'd be able to look it up in the days before Google. I mean, I remember using the card catalog. I think it was the last group of people trained on that. Yeah, Janie's pretty great. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pop off here. Get the kittens fed their snacks for the night. I better not say the T word. But I will be back Tuesday night. Thank you so much for being here. I deeply appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Take care and bye for now.